Happy Thursday, everybody. We had a wonderful experience at Optavia Convention, the first Optavia Convention ever. And we are so excited about what we learned. We're excited to record this and share this with anyone that can't hop on. And we're grateful to those of you that were able to hop on today. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go kind of start off and have those that attended the convention share some of their thoughts and feelings about the event so that we have those on record. And what we'll do is I will just start at the top of the screen and work my way around. And so we will go from there. So the first person that I have is Louise. And so I will unmute you. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's good. So I have so many takeaways, you guys, but firstly, I wanted to say how awesome convention was. So this was my second year, and I had a great time in Austin, but I felt like I got so much more this year. And I don't know, I think I just kind of got out of my shell a little bit more and met a lot of great new people. And it was so cool this year that we had team time and that we were able to share a house with each other because we got to know each other more, just our personalities and that, and just share so much what we took away from all of our meetings. And so that was really awesome. And just for any of you out there that haven't gone to convention yet, guys, it was so cool because, I mean, just think of it. We're always telling our clients to immerse themselves in the community and to be surrounded by like-minded people, and they would have greater success on the program. And I felt like that's so much what convention was like, because we had like 4,000 plus coaches and clients there, and you could just feel that positive energy, and it was just overwhelming. It was so awesome, and you could feel that love, and it was just what a neat experience, and some magic that happened there, you guys. So, and I just have to share this, but so I hung out with Kristen and Jackie like during lunchtime. For whatever reason, we always had lunch together, but we wanted to catch up with the rest of our team, and we would try to do that, but it seemed like the universe was kind of pushing us in another direction. So we were looking for a place to sit or find our team, and the waiter's like, "Oh, you ladies need a place to sit. Come sit over here." And honestly, we could have sat anywhere, but he directed us at this table. And I had been looking for a while to connect with other Maryland coaches, just to create that community in this area. And lo and behold, this table was full of Maryland coaches. And not only that, guys, in my area, in Rockville, Gaithersburg, it was just awesome. And you know what? They do a healthy hour just down the street from me at the Pancake House. I mean, what are the odds, you guys? And then the next day, Jackie experienced the same thing. Maybe she'll talk about that. But she was able to connect with an Idaho coach. And Crystal, she was able to connect with someone who had some coaches in Houston. I mean, you guys, what are the odds? And it just confirmed my testimony of how I belong to this company, that this is, I mean, that's kind of how it started for me, was a prompting. And I don't want to get emotional, but I'm so glad I acted on it, you guys. And yeah, I have so much more, but I don't want to take up a lot of time, but that was huge for me.
That is so awesome. Thank you for sharing. Like, convention is one of those places where a lot of magic happens. And so I'll say to all of you, plan right now today for convention next year. It's in St. Louis. Plan your tickets, plan on getting there so that you can experience exactly what Louise is talking about. It's not just about, we're not helping people lose weight. We're helping change lives. And that happens in so many different places in so many different ways. And it's
only $200 next year for convention.
They lowered the price, actually. So that is some big news from convention. So thank you so much. Okay, I'll mute you. We will move over to Crystal. Crystal is up next. Okay.
Hi, everybody. So, like Louise, I have a lot that I took away, but being in Texas, and I know Kat from high school, we went to school together, and I know Margie, we went to school together, and she's my spectacular health coach. And so that was kind of exciting for me. I struggle with some social anxiety. I'm a teacher, but I still struggle with that. So the reason I became a coach were because a couple of my friends were like, I don't know what you're doing, but I need to be a part of that. And so that was really great for me. And that kind of pushed me out of my shell to become a coach. And what I really took away was that we're not salespeople. We're not selling health. I think Kat said it best. She's like, I don't sell a diet, I sell hope. And that's what Margie gave to me, was hope. And so some of the things that I've been focusing on is to get out of my head and get out of my own way, help the clients dream weave. If Margie hadn't done that for me, there's no way. Like if Margie told me a year ago that I'd be where I am now, I probably would have laughed at her. Not to be rude, but there's just that belief that dream wasn't there. It didn't exist. And so sometimes you, as coaches, we get to just be cheerleaders. We get to be, just help them seek after their dreams, and not just, it's not about the weight loss. It's about the lifelong transformation. So make sure that we're listening to our, helping our clients and coaches dream weave, but also listening to them, building those relationships, having the strong relationships, make this so unique, because then we have people who we can turn to and who help us be accountable, but cheer us on. And one of the questions that one of the presenters asked was, when was the last time you felt truly listened to? And wouldn't it be great if we could be that for other people? And so those are some of my favorite takeaways. So many more that I could share, but I just loved meeting everybody and fell in love with this coach family, this team family. It's awesome. So.
That's so great.
I had no idea you had social anxiety issues, Crystal. You are just, especially in that big crowd, I'm impressed, because I get by the end of the week, I'm like, there's just too many people. I have to go the other way. Like, I just, like when it's like the cattle drive down to the cafeteria or down to the food, I'm like, I'll just wait and eat later, because I can't go down. Like, I can't be around that many people. So I kind of relate to you on that, but I would have never known.
But it's so positive. It was so positive that it, what I usually struggle with, I didn't have a problem with it because of the positivity and the encouragement from other people. So
that's so awesome. Cool. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And
that just shows that the community is such a huge part of creating lasting change, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Everybody needs a community of positivity, and there was over 4,000 people there helping support each other. Awesome.
Which I thought was going to send me into like panic attack, but it didn't. I came home so nourished and just my heart. I keep telling Margie, my heart's just on fire. I'm just so excited to help other people.
That's so awesome.
That's so great.
Okay, thank you so much, Crystal. Okay, next up we have Kristen. She's going to share maybe even a takeaway from Michaela, who's working, who couldn't make it. But Kristen, take it away.
Oh my, it's my turn. Sorry. Okay, so I totally loved convention. It was awesome. Glad I went. Amazing. So I have on top of my paper from Saturday. It says, I think it was Dan Bell. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. And it says, the only way you're going to fail is if you don't share. And that just hit me so hard that I just need to share. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm a crybaby. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. I loved that. I loved that he just said, you don't fail unless you don't share. And so it made me encouraged and that I need to start doing better in sharing. And then I also liked, he said, don't overestimate the trilogy even from the beginning of the journey. So he was just talking about how we want to prep them to be coaches from the very beginning. Don't underestimate, just make sure you're keeping them you just kind of prep them and you just keep them on board and prep them the whole time. So those are two things that I loved.
That's great. And I love it when you get emotional because that's like your energy, your power.
Sorry.
No, it's great. You've had a rough week.
It's been a long week.
On the way to the airport, Kristen found out some sad news. So I'm super impressed that you joined us and that you were able to keep it together. I mean, I would have been a mess. I don't know how you did it.
Thank you for sharing.
I was a mess yesterday, so it's fine.
Okay, there's
Thank you for sharing, Kristen. Hey, Jackie, you're up next, my friend.
Okay. I'm like socially awkward myself. I know. Face to face, I'm not. On camera, I'm super camera shy. So, but okay. Yeah, convention was super awesome. I just feel like life gets in the way a lot, and you just get kind of shut down a lot. I mean, we get built up a lot too, but life can just bring you down, and I catch myself having a bad attitude a lot and have to talk myself out of it. And so, I drag my feet a lot. And so getting to convention last year in Austin was so awesome. And I knew this, but it's kind of like, I was telling my mom the other day, it's like having a baby. It's like you have your first baby and then you're pregnant with your second one. It's like, am I going to love this one as my first one? How's that possible? And that's how I felt about convention. I was like, you know what? Last year was so freaking amazing that there's no way Dallas can top Austin. I mean, it was that awesome. And it did. It's like, holy cow. Seriously, if next year's better than this year was, I'm like already there. I'm like waiting in line. So anyway, but something I really liked that I heard was be proud of what we have. And I'm sure all of us as health coaches have been shot down negatively from somebody else. And that's okay. It's not, we need not to take that personally. It's that person's insecurities and that person struggles with what they're going through and how they're feeling about themselves. So try not to take that personal. But so when we get shot down, it's just kind of like, it's okay because I planted that seed. So be proud of what we have because it's amazing. And I just keep fighting that one day that person's going to feel the energy and the love for life that we have found through this program. Like Louise said, the energy at convention is unreal, and the love. And I just love how everybody there is so like-minded and excited. And it's just like, it's a huge learning party. And everybody is so excited to see you. Even if they've never met you, they've seen your posts in Team Transformation and, or on all of our Facebook sites. And it's just so cool. They come up and they're like, oh my gosh, you commented on this and I loved it. And it's so fun to meet real people. So that's just so cool to get that connection because you're not going to get that if you stay home. Let's see. I wrote a couple of things down. Let's see. It just sparks the fire again. Another thing I really loved was when somebody said, don't be the superhero. That just relieved me so much because I feel like I have to work so hard. I want my clients to love this as much as I do and fix every little thing for them. And you just can't. These people, they'll get there and they'll just get there through our love with the program. But we don't have to be the superhero. Coaching is not hard. It's fun. And it just, convention just brings me back to my why. Why am I doing this? And trying to be the superhero just starts to bring you down and it's exhausting. And my why is I want people to love this and have the energy and love in life like I do again, because, like somebody said at convention, I didn't just lose weight. I gained a life. I got my life back. And my husband even said to me after I lost my weight, and he didn't say it physically, but it was emotionally, I've got my wife back. This is who I married. Because I was a real raunch bag when I was overweight. I hated it. That's not who I was. Gosh dang it. So anyway, yeah. Oh, one quick little thing. Sorry. I know I'm just rambling, but there's just so dang much. Okay. So
You're good.
I love this because John all weekend would look at me and go, did that really happen? Or are you just saying? But don't start a story. Seriously, did it happen yet? I do that all the time. I'm headed somewhere. I'm making stories up in my mind, and I'm pissed off before I even get there that somebody said something to me that they didn't say. So I'll be talking to John, and he'll be like, did that really happen? I'm like, well, no, in my little mind. So yeah, don't start a story. I mean, let it happen. And it's always, when I start those stories in my mind and then I get somewhere and I'm like, I've got my guard up because I'm like, well, in my mind this happened. And then it doesn't happen, and it's actually a really, really good experience. And so I guess, yeah, like Crystal says, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Don't start your stories. Don't be the superhero. Just love it. Health coaching is easy and fun. And okay, I'll stop.
No,
Okay.
that's awesome.
But yeah, that's
I tell you, in the global meeting, Brian Drollinger, you guys all know who Brian Drollinger is. He gets up, and a bunch of people shared, and he just gets up and he goes, "Get out of your own damn way." That's all he said. We're like, okay, got it. He just impacted 500,000 lives by getting out of his own way. So we were laughing.
I love what you said, though. Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Oh, well, I was feeling sorry for myself yesterday. I do that a lot, but I get over it. But I have a client, and her daughter lives in Star, Idaho. And she's talking her daughter into doing the program. And I'm like, yeah, I got a new client. Woo-hoo. And she's like, yeah, she has, she knows some people there that are really high up in your program. And she's like, oh, Mom, well, if I do it, I'll just go into them because, you know, we live in the same town and I know them through church and stuff. And I'm like, seriously? I know it's the Drollingers. Like, they need another client. Come on.
You're so funny.
But then I told her, I said, oh my gosh, the Drollingers are the most amazing people. She's the luckiest person in the world to have them as a coach. Yes, I'm so happy for her. And inside I'm going,
well,
but no, serious.
I'll say this, though. Honestly, that goes back to what you were saying, right? What's the story that we tell ourselves? And
right?
you said that because like they talk about that a lot, even in convention. They're like, what's the story you're telling yourself? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we talk ourselves out of things before we even do it. We haven't even done anything. We pick up the phone and we start thinking about all the bad things that might happen. And so then we never even dial it. And we actually have it in our hand. We're going. And I would challenge everyone, when you pick that phone up, just finish dialing. Even if you have all those negative thoughts, finish dialing, and then it's ringing. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jackie. Okay, Margie, you are up.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for unmuting me.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, it was so fun to hang out with everybody at convention. I loved it. And oh my gosh, Chris Ann, I'm so glad you're on the phone. I keep telling Chris Ann how much we missed her this year. It would have been awesome to have her there. And she's way excited to really plug in and build her coaching business. So you guys, we all need to help support her with that. And Chris, we're here for you, girl. But next year, you got to plan on being there because honestly, I seeing Jackie and Louise again this year, we laughed so hard together. And so anyway, I can't wait to see you there at convention next year. And buy your tickets now because they do go up to $275 if you wait. So now is a good time to jump on and just get a ticket early. But I had a ton of great takeaways. First of all, though, can I just brag about Crystal for a second? She's down 90 pounds, and she looked beautiful, just beautiful, but not just the physical beauty, but like the radiance of her spirit and her excitement from getting healthy and being able to inspire so many people around her to do the same has been awesome for me. And gosh, I'm just so proud of her. And I loved, she took her own breath away. She passed a mirror in her beautiful black dress on the last night, when we did our special dinner. And she just gasped and she said, "Is that really me?" And I love that. What an exciting thing, just to be so healthy that you surprise yourself. And I remember feeling that same way after I had lost my weight initially, and just excited and felt so confident and good again, where that had been lacking for a long time. So way to go, Crystal. And Cece, you too. You look like a teenager, honey. Anyway, couple of quick takeaways. My favorite things from convention this year. I loved DeWitt Jones's talk with us, you know, the keynote speech there, talking about don't try to be the best in the world, but try to be the best for the world. That was so great for me to hear. And, you know, I had a little pity party. I don't know who witnessed that, but, you know, when they do all the recognition and the stage stuff and whatever, I was feeling kind of bummed because I joked with Alan. They kept forgetting, you know, little things that they'd told me about being recognized for some of the achievements I've had over the last year. I wasn't on any of those achievement lists, even though I should have been. And, you know, I hit a couple of integrated ranks. Like I ranked up a couple times, and I was just like, dang, I should be there on stage. You know, what's going on? But I realized that it's not about me. And once I had that realization, it changed everything. That it's not about me, it's about whose lives I'm helping build and support, and the hope that I'm able to bring to other people. And as soon as I had that mental shift, it really did change things for me. I didn't feel sorry for myself anymore. So anyway, it's a growing experience. I'm still learning and growing and trying to humble myself and realize that this is so much more about who we're working with instead of about us. And Crystal, I love that you're overcoming some of your social anxiety to be able to help people with that too, realizing that it's not about us, it's about really being able to benefit other people's lives for the long term. So don't try to be the best in the world, be the best for the world. The next thing really, really quick that I wanted to share was from Dan Valentine's class. This is something that I've been doing since we got home from convention, and it's been making a big difference in my business. So I'd really like to encourage everybody to try this. So he said he built his integrated presidential business in a year in 3 specific steps. The first was he adds 3 new Facebook friends every day. The second is he does 3 Facebook posts every day. And the third is that he starts 3 new conversations every day. And he does that consistently without fail. He treats it like a business instead of a hobby, because he wants, you know, a business income and not a hobby income. And so he said, I guarantee if you do those 3 things consistently every day, you're going to build a really strong business. And I've been trying it, and I'll tell you, it's been working great. And it's not just the posts that you put on Facebook that people see, but it's that back-end interaction that's more important, liking people's posts, commenting, reaching out to start a conversation. And he said, you don't have to, he said, how do you start a conversation? You just say, hi, how's it going? How have you been? And, you know, tell me your story. And you don't have to say, hey, I've got this great health program. Can I tell you more about it? No. He just said, start a normal conversation. And if you need some ideas on how to do that, then reach out to your mentor coach. So those were my big takeaways from convention, and I hope to see everybody there next year.
That's awesome. Thank you, Margie. Like, that's one thing that Dan always talks about. Just have that conversation, just start that conversation. And Margie's amazing. She has helped a lot of people. So we're glad that she came for sure. And it's, for me, you guys, we can have that convention feeling within our own team, and we can everyone can propel their businesses forward and help so many more people over the next little while. So all I'm going to say to you is just take this energy you're feeling from this call and the Zoom today and use it to propel yourselves forward. Okay, Jamie, I will unmute you. Are you in a position you can talk, Jamie?
Yes, but I can't figure out how to do my camera.
Okay, I can turn it on for you, I think.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Well, I see an invitation to start the camera.
I had just taken the kids for a swim and jumped in the shower, and we were looking a little crazy. Anyways, am I on here? I can't even see myself. But anyway, can y'all see me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can? So you can see Naked Baby then, probably.
Yeah.
Baby too. It's okay.
Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so I was a little intimidated about going because I was kind of like all these health coaches, you know, like, is everybody going to be like, I don't know, these super fit, you know, bikini models or whatever. And so I was a little intimidated and wasn't sure, you know, what to expect and stuff. And I love that everybody was just people, that everybody was still in process. And some people did look like bodybuilders, and some people, you know, were just starting their journey. You know, everybody was kind of everywhere in between. Just a second, baby. And I thought that was really neat. I loved on the dance floor the last night. You're stuck. I loved on the dance floor the last night, watching everybody just being crazy. And I'm thinking, these people who were crazy on the dance floor probably were too embarrassed before, and maybe, you know, would have been sitting on the sidelines, you know, sitting at the table watching everybody else having fun. And I just felt like everybody was out there just having the best time. Like they probably were very different now than they were. And so I loved that. And then my takeaways. So one of my takeaways was that I just felt like this company kind of gives me an excuse to just love on people. Not sell them on something, not they need to do my program, nothing like that. It almost gave me permission, I think, to talk to people, because I have a tendency to walk into a room and just automatically assume nobody wants to talk to me, you know, let me just leave them alone. They're, you know, they ask me how I'm doing. I'm like, they don't really want to know. Like, let me just let them out of this conversation, you know, just all these negative thoughts. And it's just I feel like this company's just a minute, kind of allowing me and giving me the opportunity to sort of work through that stuff and just be like, I know that I love people. And it just gives me the opportunity to do just that, you know? And then I was thinking too, I moved away from California, everything that I knew and loved, and my friends and my church and just things that I absolutely love, to a place where, you know, I still haven't found a church. I don't really have a group of friends, you know, I'm just not connected. And to make new friends, you know, they say you can't make old friends. And so to make new friends, it's this long process, and you kind of what's your kid's name? And, you know, it could take a long time to make a friend. And I found with this company, you know, when you're helping people, you're immediately first phone call into some deep stuff. You're getting to know people on a really deep level, stuff that they haven't really told anybody else. And I get to be in a place where I get to listen, and I get to give hope, and, you know, whatever wisdom I've gathered, you know, in my short amount of time on this earth, we get to share that, and then they encourage me. And it's just this really neat community, I guess, that I personally have been really longing for, and I think other people long for too, to be able to be listened to and heard and really speak their heart. And I remember I asked you guys, I was like, do you kind of feel like this is silly? We're going out and talking to people we don't really know, and we're talking about their weight or their health. Doesn't it really not matter that much? You know, and you guys were like, this is just a door into having that deeper conversation. You know, this is just a piece of what's, you know, of a person, you know, and we touch their whole person, their whole lives, you know, through this. And anyways, I've just appreciated that perspective. And I know when I go to the gym now and I see people who are struggling, and my heart just breaks. And I just think they're trying so hard. I know they're awesome. They have so much to give to the world, but they don't know what to do. And anyways, I just feel really blessed that I feel like I have an answer. So anyway.
That's so awesome. So and we do have a lot of answers, right? I mean, that's the thing, is we have the ability to help people, not just with their bodies. It's healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances, healthy spirits. I mean, we just help so many people create change, one healthy habit at a time.
And my favorite thing you said is that Optavia gives you an excuse to love on people. Mm-hmm. And I love that for so many reasons, because it's not like sometimes when we feel lonely or we feel like we don't have a place to belong, you know, you've been in your house a year, and, you know, you were mentioning some of the struggles you've had, and by getting outside of ourselves, having an excuse to get outside of ourselves, then we are the ones that are blessed, not only the people that we're serving. And that's really the secret of life. Anyone who's sad, you know, it's all about serving and becoming something better for someone else. And all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I'm not so bad off. I'm okay. I'm good. So that was powerful to me, Jamie. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah. Okay, so your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
It's your turn.
He's in charge, I guess. All right.
I'll go.
No, it's good. So I wanted to share, there's a few things. I'll just kind of probably jump around, but we've been health coaches for 3.5 years now, like actively. Technically, we were on the legacy 5-year thing because we became health coaches in 2012. But for those of you who know our story, the day after Labor Day 2012, we started the program. And I was desperate for something that would just make me feel better and lose some weight. That's really all I wanted. A month in, I had lost 16 pounds. I felt amazing. He'd lost 20 because he was like, hey, I'm doing this with you. And Amber, my coach, said to me, you know, I've never talked to John. You're probably coaching him. You should get paid. And I was like, okay, bought a coach kit. And he was my first client. And over the course of the next 1.5 years, I helped a few people. And I was serious. Like, I wasn't like, I want to go out and serve people. I was just like, if people asked me that, I really felt like, okay, well, I got to make sure that I'm really doing this. I wasn't an absent coach, but I wasn't a proactive coach at all. I called myself a reactive health coach. I wasn't interested in building a business or anything. Throughout that 1.5 years, that I guess the motivation to grow it grew. The motivation to help people grew and changed. And I felt like I was doing it got to the point where I felt like I was doing a disservice by not sharing what I had, this gift that I had, because I'd kept my weight off for 1.5 years, and I had noticed that I was changing spiritually and not just physically, that I was changing, spiritually and emotionally, that I was more in charge of my thoughts. And anyway, and I was kind of thinking back on our journey before this call, and I was thinking, gosh, 3 years is not very long. And there's people that have been doing this for 15. And all over that time, nothing has changed. And I love that they talked a lot about how Optavia was always at the heart of our company, that maybe Take Shape for Life was, it was called Take Shape for Life, it was called Health Innovations first. And then it was Take Shape for Life for 15 years. And now it's Optavia, and Dr. A and a lot of the leaders talked about how Optavia was always the heart of the program and of the business. And I love that Mona actually talked about some of the pillars of Optavia, and that we have such a strong foundation, these pillars. We have the habits of health. We have amazing products and programs. We have the science, but the real magic is the coaches and the community. And that was powerful to me to think, here it is, it's been building in me. And I kind of think it continues to build. Like, I get to this point where I'm like, I'm not helping enough people. I need to help more people. I need to share this gift. Like, it's burning inside and it needs to come out. So I love that we have that foundation. JC Dornick said, everyone wants to be happier, healthier, and wealthier, and they all focus on the one they want most. So you'll find people that are focused on, people that aren't happy and they don't know why. And maybe that they just are missing something. Maybe it's the community. There's a lot of people we know that we help that aren't healthy. And then there's the whole financial aspect. I mean, so many people are not happy. And a $500 a month would change so many people's lives if they could find a way to make that. So that's that. I had some stuff from DeWitt Jones too that was super powerful to me. He talked about 4 habits, and the first was training your technique. That vision without technique is blind. So we can't just, it's awesome to love people and to serve people and be there for people. We do have to kind of learn our craft a little bit. So participating in the community and trainings and understanding more about what it is that we do, learning how to be a better listener, personal development, being on the Habits of Health webinars on, learning some stuff. Like, there's actually like reading and doing and teaching, reading Dr. A's books, and that we should train in our technique. And I love that he said that vision without technique is blind. The second thing was to put yourself in the place of most potential. And he's a photographer. I have dabbled in photography, and I know how important light is with photography. And I always, when I was trying to get, I was doing family pictures a lot. And so I'd be like, okay, I got to get to the place with the most potential, the place with the most opportunities of success. So it's like a park with trees, and, I'm looking around, and I could do a shot here, I could do a shot here, I could do a shot here, but I also have to pay attention to the sun and where it is, when it is. And it's just kind of interesting, like taking that into the perspective of, you know, sharing what we have with this business is putting yourself in the place of most potential, and then being willing to take that shot, you know, being willing to try a whole bunch of different things. And then that's the third thing, is to be open to possibilities you never dreamed of. And there are so many times that when I was, and I know this, I was really thinking about this with his, he talked about dandelions. There was a field of dandelions. He was like, oh, I'm so excited to go take this. He went back a week later and they were all puffballs. And he's like, crap, these are puffballs. I wanted dandelions. But then he got down on the ground and he first took this field and it was cool. Then he looked at it from a different way and he got these amazing shots of these dandelion puffballs. And he didn't think about that. He just kept going. He kept doing, he kept shooting. And I think about that with us is just keep shooting, keep talking to people, keep sharing, keep loving. And then the fourth thing he said is focus vision by celebrating what's right. What are you falling in love with? You know, he started falling in love with those puffballs and seeing how many different angles he could take a puffball. And, you know, what are we doing that with our clients? Are we falling in love with the service, with helping them with what we're learning and doing here? And that was just really powerful to me. So that's mine.
That's amazing. Thank you, Maddie. No, for real.
Yep.
I love Kat's perspective. That's what, you know, it's good glue for us. So I would say too, if you guys are sitting there and you feel like you might be by yourself sometimes as a coach and you need someone to bounce ideas off of, lean on each other as a community, right? You can talk to anyone about the feelings you have and the frustrations, the good things, all that stuff. Talk to each other because that's how you propel yourselves forward. My takeaway really,
Dogs. Sorry.
yeah, you can hear our dogs. My big takeaway from, man, there's so many good things, but one thing I loved is there was an exercise that was done in one of our classes where we thought about our why. We thought about our why. And we have a new thing that we're going to be doing with our clients and coaches too, is what are 5 reasons why you are going to be successful as a client, and what are 5 reasons why you are going to be successful as a coach? And that's something that I really would put out to you guys as well. But I was sitting in the class and we were thinking about it and we were talking about it. And when we have that strong why, we can overcome any obstacle. And if we don't yet have a solid why, spend some time finding that why. And I'll tell you something really cool happened to me. So on Saturday night, after we've had 2.5 days of all this training, I mean, really it's you show up at convention and you think there's going to be a lot of hoopla and hurrah and rah, 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 and there's not. It's buckle up, grab your pen and paper, and you're going to class. And we are going to teach you for 2.5 days. And it's amazing. But on Saturday night, we celebrate people that have been able to help a lot of people. We celebrate advancements and we celebrate things like that. And when we were watching this celebration, I started thinking about all of the people on our team and how I want to see each and every one of you walking across that stage as you get celebrated for helping a lot of people. And so for me and for Kat, I want to make sure that you guys know that we are here to support you, help you, love on you if that's what you need, whatever it is, to help you reach your goals and get where you want to be. And if you don't know your why yet, spend some time finding out your why. Write it down on a piece of paper and stick it up somewhere that you see it. And also with our clients, we started doing that where we're having all of them write down their whys, write it on a piece of paper, take a picture and send it to us, and then stick it up somewhere that they see it every day. And as a coach, same thing. Write down your whys for that, take a picture, send it to your mentor coach, and then stick it up somewhere that you see it. And don't be scared to dream big and think big. Because when we dream big and think big, that's when we can overcome the obstacles to really go see awesomeness. Jamie, you said you want to share something, so hang on. Go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been a part of Origami Al Jewelry before, and I've gone to a couple of conventions, and we've done the ceremony, and I just dread it because it's so boring. And, you know, they just tout everybody across the stage, and you're like, way to go. Maybe I'll be there someday. I don't know. You know, but this time they let them talk. And I was like, wow, okay. So they let the people who've been doing this and helping tons of people talk. And the things that they would say, you could hear their hearts. And I mean, every single person had the biggest heart and had just a bigger vision for the world, you know. And I remember the one couple that was saying they're building a wing onto a hospital and stuff, and it was just like crazy. And I just felt like it was really inspiring getting to see their hearts, and the hearts of the people is what I think won Warren over. He hasn't gotten over it. It's just like the community that this company attracts. It's people like you were saying who are so positive and just love people, excited to get out there, just complete servants, you know, that have servants' hearts. And just like, that's where we want to be. We want to surround ourselves with those types of people because that influences us and helps us to be more that way. And it was just really impressive. I was so glad they got to speak.
Thank you so much. I love that. And that's really what it is about, you guys. It's about getting out there and helping people. And sometimes it's okay if our why is to help something about our lives. Maybe some of you do have a financial need, and that's okay. And as you go out and serve other people, you find that, wait, it's fun to actually help other people. And then you actually help them reach their goals. And then you realize, and we have this up in our office, and I've probably shared it before, but we have this up in our office. You will get everything you want in life helping others get what they want. And when you really, truly realize that as you help other people, you get what you want, it makes things a lot more fun. You rejoice in the success in others, and then you want to go help more and more people go have that same success. And that's what's so cool about this is think about the clients that you have, whether you have one client or 500 clients, whatever it is.
It's a lot of frontline.
Yeah, I didn't mean frontline.
I'm just kidding.
But however many clients you have, think about those people. You know, think about the difference that it's made in your life. Think about the difference that it's made in each individual's life. Let's celebrate those people. Let's celebrate each of you, and let's just go out there and just keep getting America healthy and just plan on coming next year. Oh, yeah.
We went to Magnolia Farms, or Silos, actually, in Waco the day before convention. John and I drove out there, and it cost more than the price of a rental car. Ruined my shirt. Anyway, but we were sitting in the store, and we were, you know, they have those metal signs that are so cool. And I was like, I want something to help us remember this specific convention. And so this is what we bought. And I know you can't see it. Like,
sure.
I have to put it up against white. But it says, you were built for this. And this is just a metal plate that we got to hang up in our office. We haven't hung it up yet. And I just thought, you know, that's what we are, all of us. As we sat and talked on Friday night until after midnight, I just thought, this is my people. We were built for this. This is what I dreamed. And I dreamed it, you know, small, and I dreamed it big, because I know that each of us could have, you know, an influence on so many people, and we were built for this. This is what we're supposed to be doing right now. And I'm so grateful for people jumping on and trusting us. And when we invited you to convention, some of you we might have invited to convention like 500 times and practically forced you to go. Kristen laughs. You gotta go. You gotta come with us. We want you. We're so grateful that y'all trusted us enough to join us, and we're grateful for Dr. A and what he's done, because I mean, what a crazy vision he had so many years ago, and it's happening. It's gonna happen. We're gonna explode.
It's only getting better.
Yep.
Thank you guys for hopping on. We're gonna stop the recording, but anyone that wants to stick around and just do some Q&A or talk about some ideas, we will stay on as long as people want.